Oh, yes, we are live. What's your favorite Colorado town? This is part 2. I did part 1 talking about Colorado towns, and I got cut off after 28 minutes. So let's do part 2. By the way, I am wearing a brand new Walsenburg, Colorado hoodie. Dark blue. I love it. Isn't this amazing? Walsenburg. Oh, yeah. You have not experienced life to the fullest until you've been to Walsenburg. And then you can go home or, continue going to wherever your ultimate destination is. Walsenburg. I'm so happy I got this. So we can talk about many other Colorado towns. And in fact, yesterday in my live stream, the topic of Walsenburg kept coming up because of Charlie. And I was telling stories because I was a mental health therapist. 2 days a week, I worked as a mental health therapist in Walsenburg. And but we can talk about any other town. What's your favorite Colorado town? Hello to the 2 people watching. Hello. Please check in. If you don't know what to say, just type hi, H-I, in the comment section. Or you can always share your favorite Not Too Shabby. All right? Just say, this is my favorite Not Too Shabby, and this is my location. So and here's I got my road atlas, too. Got my road atlas. What's your favorite Colorado town? I live in Westcliff. Buena Vista is a great town. I've heard amazing things about Steamboat Springs. It's one of the few towns I haven't even been to in Colorado, which is kind of sad. Ouray, Telluride, Gunnison. Do you like Glenwood Springs? Maybe you like something close to the Denver area, like Golden or Boulder. Maybe you like Fort Collins. Come on, let's talk. Manitou Springs. That's just on the west side of Colorado Springs. That's a nice town. Let's talk. We can always talk about Westcliff. That's my town. All right, we're down to 1 person watching. Who's ever watching, thank you for watching. It would be nice if somebody would comment, though. So, By the way, all right, so while the chat area is slow, let me play. I was at Serendipity Coffee Shop. Here's how my morning went. I went down to Trinidad, Colorado. I used to live there, and I saw my dentist. It's an 1.5-hour drive, but it's worth. I just like him. He's a good dentist. So, and I already have rapport. And so I went down there for my teeth cleaning or my teeth cleaner. Actually, I think they do look cleaner. All right, that's weird. Anyway, so I went down to Trinidad, and then on the way back to Westcliff, I stopped in Walsenburg. And there's a Serendipity Coffee House. It's a coffee shop. And they have along with coffee, they have ice cream, a few places to sit. They got Wi-Fi, all that. But then they also have a large array of Colorado gifts, all sorts of like novelty gifts, just fun stuff that you would want to buy when you're on vacation. You're on vacation in Colorado and you see something that says, like Walsenburg, or here, I'll show you. So I bought this, but then here, first of all, here's the Not Too Shabby of this hoodie.
It's a Walsenburg, Colorado hoodie. Not too shabby.
All right, and then, but they've got a bunch of socks. Here, I'll just show them to you.
It's Eat More Taco socks. Not too shabby.
Socks that say "Eat More Tacos." Isn't that the most amazing thing? Here's another sock. It's a cactus themed. It's a cactus themed sock with saguaros on it. Here.
It's Don't Be a Prick Cactus Socks. Not too shabby.
The only problem with some of these are the colors are very feminine. They're either they got like a pastel. Most of them have kind of a female, pink but oh, here's another one. So, all right, they sell, I found these slipper socks, Colorado slipper socks.
It's Colorado slipper socks. Not too shabby.
Oh yeah. So anyways, so there's this coffee shop called Serendipity where Stephanie, the manager, she's a barista. She's into my YouTube channel. So she lets me do not too shabbies, and I can be really loud and obnoxious, and she doesn't care. And there weren't too many customers in the shop when I was there, so I could just belt them out. So, hello, there's 3 people watching. All right, please say something. We've gone for 6 minutes and 23 seconds. No one has said anything in the chat section. Come on, people, say something. Just say hi, your favorite not too shabby, or the subject heading. What's your favorite Colorado town? What's your favorite town? I'm wearing my Walsenburg. I really like this hoodie, and it kind of fits me nicely. I don't look too fat in it or anything. Love the Colorado mountains. Oh, you know what? That's Mount Sneffels. That's Mount Sneffels right there, I'm pretty sure. Over by Dallas Divide in the Ridgeway area. That's Mount Sneffels. I'm pretty sure that's the view. Wow. That's kind of funny. They put the Mount Sneffels for Walsenburg, but most people wouldn't know. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but there you go. They could put the Spanish Peaks. But I don't know. The Spanish Peaks are beautiful, but I don't think anything beats that mountain view. So there you go. All right, we still got 4 people watching. 4 people watching. Whoever you are, please comment and just say who you are. Type hi. All right. I'm not a celebrity where I can just go live and immediately have 500 people watching, 1,000 people watching. And the chat, there's so many people chatting that it's just like a river, a stream. And I'm just trying to, pick out a few comments that people are saying. Anyway, I'm doing well today. I'm in a good mood. So, bye. Wait. I'm just going to invite Josh. Josh, I am live streaming right now. Join us, ? Smiley face. All right, we're down to 2 people watching. Nobody's commented. It's all right. I'm just going to work it. And have fun. I'm only going for an hour, though. I'm only going for an hour because I do have work to do tonight. So, Colorado. I wish I had I need like a random, I need someone to just, I'm going to try something with Siri. Siri, please give me a random Colorado town.
Here's what I found.
It gave me Westcliff, which is the town I live in. I'm guessing it's picking my location. Let's try that again. Give me the name of a random Colorado town.
Here's what I found.
List of cities and towns. 12 bizarre town names you'll find in Colorado. How about that? All right, we'll click on that. That might be interesting. Come on, it won't give me the... Look, out there, Colorado, and it gives me this annoying subscription. I got to give my email, and I can't get out of it. There we go. All right. Castle Rock. What do you think of Castle Rock? All right, I guess I'm talking to myself. Castle Rock. My friend Thomas lives there. Thomas lives in Castle Rock. That's kind of a suburb. It's essentially a suburb of Denver, and it's kind of a wealthy suburb, 15, 20 miles south on I-25. And it's okay. It has this one rock that kind of looks like a castle rock. And I've hiked up there. So it's you could totally see the city. You can get up to that top rock. So, but essentially, it's just a boring suburb. No offense. If you live in Castle Rock, no offense. But, there's not even a lot of access. There's some access to the mountains, but, if you go directly west, you're just on that front range. The mountain range called the Front Range. You can go to Deckers. Anyway, Castle Rock's all right. It's all right. So if you have to live in the Denver area and you want a nice, safe, uppity suburban home, then live in Castle Rock, okay? All right, let's see what else is on this list here. There's oh, Fairplay. That's in Park County. That's like probably about 2.5 hours. Fairplay, 2.5 hour drive for me in Westcliff. Fairplay's a nice town. That's in the mountains, and that's about 10,000 feet in elevation. Fairplay's a great town. From Fairplay, you've got access to the Mosquito Range, all those 14ers, Democrat Lincoln Bross, Mount Sherman, all the mountains by Hoosier Pass, North Star Mountain, Quandary Peak, up and over Hoosier to Breckenridge. Fairplay's a nice town. So, and it's kind of like a cowboy. There's still a lot of cowboys that live there. It might be changing though, but and it's cold. The elevation is over 10,000 feet in Fairplay. And in fact, I think there's a baseball field. They call it 2 Mile High Stadium. So let me see if I've got a not too shabby of Fairplay. All right, there's 2 people watching and nobody commenting. I'll just go for 20, 30 minutes. Fairplay, not too shabby. I should have something. Let's see. No. Oh, all right. I don't have a Fairplay, not too shabby, but Mount Silver Heels is a mountain near there. And here's the not too shabby.
It's Mount Silver Heels. Not too shabby.
That's an old one. You can tell. I'm a little slower in my delivery, but Mount Silver Heels. Here we go again.
It's Mount Silver Heels. Not too shabby.
It pulled up some other ones like the yellow serape. My yellow serape is right over there. It's on the wall, my yellow serape. So I have an orange one. I took the orange one down, put the yellow one up. Here we go.
It's a yellow serape. Not too shabby.
All right. Well, I've gone for 14 minutes. I'm having a piece of humble pie as an appetizer or as a snack. Humble pie. Because I've gone for 14 minutes and 20 seconds. And nobody is commenting. No one's just saying their favorite Colorado town. Come on, there's Colorado. Colorado is interesting. My state is not Kansas. It's not Iowa. It's not just some boring, awful, Missouri, just some awful place where you're just sad that you live there and you wish you lived somewhere else. Colorado, man, we've got scenery. We've got mountains. It's cold in the winter, but it's nice. And we don't have mosquitoes. We hardly have any mosquitoes. there was like 1 week in June or early July where I got bit a bunch of times by mosquitoes. And then after that, it's so dry. So we don't have humidity. You don't have to deal with like awful humidity. I'm looking at a map. Del Norte and South Fork. Del Norte is on the right. South Fork is on the left. Those are nice towns. That's kind of in south central Colorado in the San Luis Valley. Del Norte's a nice town. And then South Fork is you're definitely in the foothills of the mountains where you're surrounded by pine trees. And then you've got great access to Wolf Creek Pass and then Creede and Lake City. Let's see if I've got any not too shabbies of Del Norte. I should. Wait. This really is humble pie. Nobody's commenting. I don't care though. Del Norte. No, I don't have any Del Norte not too shabbies. Here's a not too shabby I did yesterday. I hiked this hill called Clayton Cone. Hey, G.
It's Clayton Cone. Not too shabby.
Oh yeah, I hiked that yesterday. It was a nice hike outside of Villa Grove. G, how are you? G, what's your favorite what's your favorite not too shabby? But then do you have a favorite Colorado town? We're talking about Colorado. And I'm wearing a Walsenburg hoodie, which is so nice, isn't it? Man, this is so stylish. Man, I look good. I look good. I look good. When you look good and you know it, you can't deny it. I look good. I look really good. I mean, this Walsenburg, look at how nice that hoodie is. I look good. I look good. I just do. I look good. Oh, the vanity. Can I just be vain for once? I won't ever, I won't say ever, but I'm just liking this, man. Walsenburg. My Walsenburg hoodie. I love this hoodie so much. And I just bought it today. Yeah. Gee, where are you located? You're not in you've never been to Colorado? That's kind of sad. Where do you live? Where's the closest you've ever been to Colorado? Have you been to Wyoming or New Mexico? And where do you live right now? If you're just checking in, you're tuning in, just say hi in the comment section. Tell me your favorite not too shabby. Tell me your favorite Colorado town. I'm just going to type in not too shabby town. And I'm going to see what First of all, let me play here. So I have 1,925 not too shabbies. And here's the St. Elmo ghost town, and it's a not too shabby.
It's the St. Elmo ghost town. Not too shabby.
Oh, yeah. There you go. All right, so, G, you're in Nashville, Tennessee. You've been to New Mexico and Arizona? Yeah, you missed the West a lot. Gee, I don't know how old you are or what were you, tell me, how old were you? What were you doing out there? I remember the first time. I grew up on the East Coast. I grew up in the Northeast. And when I was 23, I got in my car and I went on a cross-country trip. And I'm telling you, I grew up in New Jersey. I try not to, I'm not a fan of New Jersey, but I went through the South, the southern states. I was driving across Texas. And then once I got to New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, I fell in love with the open spaces, the mountains, the desert, the laid back vibe you got in most places. You know what I mean? It was just like I knew I was moving back out there. You know? So that's kind of the short story of how I got to Colorado. Originally, when I moved out, it was 2.5 years later. And I wanted to live in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And the short story is I ended up in Colorado Springs, and it all worked out. I get down to the Southwest. I get down to New Mexico and Arizona a lot. But Colorado's my home. So anyway, G, you're 24 and you're visiting. Okay, you're visiting family. Nice. You miss Wawa gas stations. Wawa, we don't have Wawa gas stations. Hey, Zach, we have Circle K's. I love Circle K. I'm a big fan of the Circle K's. Zach, all right, great question. Let's talk about Colorado towns. I got my atlas. I can open it up to anything you want. I'm wearing a Walsenburg hoodie that I bought today, and I look good. I'm sorry, I look good. So, Zach, have I ever been to Idaho Springs, Colorado? Oh, sure. Idaho Springs is a great. I'm thinking it used to be a mining town. That's my educated guess. It has a mining town vibe with kind of the old. It's got some of that Victorian, late 1800s vibe to it, and but it's a nice town. It's right off the Interstate 70, maybe about 25, 30 miles west of the whole Denver area. So there's too much traffic on Interstate 70, though. It's a very scenic drive. If you go from Denver all the way to Grand Junction on the interstate, there's too many cars, though. So, but Idaho Springs is a nice town. Yeah. I'm sure it has a museum. Yeah, Idaho Springs. I know they had that one. There's that one pizza place called Bojo's that it just seems like it has a popular place to go and get a pizza. And from Idaho Springs, you can hit up Mount Evans, the road up to Mount Evans, and drive up Mount Evans. And then you can go up to Central City and Blackhawk. I've never been up that road that they call Oh My God Road. Oh My God Road. And apparently, I'm sure it's very scenic and lots of switchbacks. So Idaho Springs is all right, though. My big thing is as long as you're in the mountains. I'm not a city guy anymore. I don't want to be anywhere near Denver, nowhere near Colorado Springs. I don't want to be anywhere north of Denver, all those suburbs, Smelly Town, Loveland, Longmont. Too many people. Give me mountains. I live in Westcliff. Westcliff and Silvercliff. They're these two tiny towns mushed together. There's about 1,000 people in our town, and that's it. We have no traffic lights. We're a laid back area, Yeah, Zach, where do you live right now? Where do you live right now? Hey, G, so you're in Tennessee? Are you aware of my Not Too Shabby videos? Because I've got something for you. Right here. I've got Tennessee themed Not Too Shabbies. I have such a library of Not Too Shabby videos. Here.
It's a Tennessee license plate. Not too shabby.
Tennessee. Here's another one. My friend from Tennessee was visiting me. And he was visiting me in Westcliff. And here's the Not Too Shabby.
It's a Tennessee flag hat. Not too shabby.
Joey's a good man. He lives in Chattanooga. Let me play that again. Joey Hartzell. Oh my God. Speaking of towns, this is Joey Hartzell. He lives in Chattanooga. How do I know him? He found me because I think like 4 generations ago, his great-great-grandfather or granduncle, I don't know what, founded the town of Hartselle, Colorado. Hartselle, it's that little town in Park County, kind of between Buena Vista and Woodland Park, if you're taking Highway 24. So, so this guy is a descendant of the founder of Hartselle, Colorado. Anyway, here, isn't that a great Joey Hartselle? We keep in touch. All right, here we go.
It's a Tennessee flag hat. Not too shabby. I did it with you.
And then here's the other thing. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on a second. I've got something to show you. If I can find it. I think it's in here. Oh, wait. Is it here? This is it. Gee, look what I got. My friend Joey, he sent this to me. Joey. It's a Tennessee cycling shirt. Look at that. A Tennessee cycling shirt. It even has the squiggles of the Mississippi River. And then, the contours of the mountains. Here's Johnson City up here. And Chattanooga. And Nashville's like right around here. And then Memphis. I got friends in Collierville. So there you go. My Tennessee t-shirt. Yeah. So anyway, a little ode, a little tribute to Tennessee. So I've got a few Tennessee. Gee, Memphis is a nice area too. Memphis is a good city. Memphis has been good to me. Memphis gets a bad rap sometimes, but Memphis has been a good city to me. On my second Bike Across America trip in 2011, I started in California and I finished at St. Simon's Island, Georgia. And I biked through Memphis. I took the bridge over the Mississippi River. Then I was kind of close to downtown. And man, I biked like 10, 15 miles through Memphis, all these neighborhoods. And then I stayed with my friends in Collierville, Tennessee. So I guess that's a little suburb southeast of Memphis. So yeah, Memphis is great. What did we do? The one time I went to the Civil Rights Museum, National Civil Rights Museum, which is, I really do recommend going. It's a good, especially white people should go to learn. Everybody should go, but yeah, there's just a lot to talk about with that. And I've been very anti-racist of late, speaking out. But anyway, it's a really touching museum. I've also heard there's a museum where, is it like it's a Mississippi River museum? And is it on the island? It's on an island in the river. So it kind of teaches you all about the Mississippi River. I think is it called Mud Island? I'm not sure. Let me just look this up. Is it called Mud Island, Memphis? Mud Island River Park. It's a small peninsula surrounded by the Mississippi River. Mud Island River Park. Anyway, there's something related to, I got to figure it out. Anyway, I don't even know. I've just been to Memphis 2 or 3 times in my life. So yeah, G. Yeah. Nashville's been a good city. I've got friends in Nashville too. I've only driven through Nashville once in my life though. So, but there's so much to talk about. And but we got, all right. Hey, we got to get back on topic here. Yeah, Zach, how am I a role model for you? How am I a role model? I'm kind of scared to ask, but I'd love to hear your answer to my question. And we really should try to steer the conversation back to Colorado. Colorado. First thing you should do, if you're going to spend any time in Colorado, is you really should get a road atlas. And just get one of these little, this one's like $12.95. You can get a cheap one at like a cheap Walmart road atlas for $5 or something, you know. So anyway, I'm just going to open up to a random page and see what happens. Grand Junction. Grand Junction. Grand Junction. Fruita. This is in the western part of the state. Right out here. See that Colorado's shaped like a rectangle. Grand Junction's out here. Once you get to Grand Junction, it definitely has like much more of a desert Utah vibe. You feel like you're in Utah, Nevada. There's still mountains. There's a lot more plateaus and buttes. There's definitely the Colorado culture of a lot of people exercising. Everyone goes hiking. You know, people are a little more chill in Colorado. But in Grand Junction, you know, you've got the Colorado National Monument. It has those pretty orange rocks and cliffs. So that's really pretty. But then you're really close to Moab, Utah, and some of the southern Utah sites. So go visit Grand Junction. You might like Grand, but it's also kind of like a city. It's a small city. So and there's like oil drilling out there, and it's not too appealing. There's some negatives, but I mean it's still a nice town. Military museums. Huge World War II museums. Wow. Trying to think, what are good museums in Colorado to go to? I will say this. There's the mining museum in Leadville that I went to about 12 or 13 years ago. Mining is important. It's necessary. It's also, you know, some people view it as an environmental, you know, it's problematic, and it depends. There's so many, I'm not even going to go there. But I remember going there, and they really laid out the case for like all the good that mining does, you know? And it just shows you all the things that in your house, things that you use every day where, you know, they say this is because of mining. Mining, you have this. You have these metal keys because of mining, you know, your phone, the plastic, all the thing, you know. Anyway, it was just kind of interesting. Go check out the mining if you want to learn about mining. And then Leadville was a huge mining area. And there's still a mine that goes on up on Fremont Pass, the Climax mine. So I'm trying to think, what other good museums in Colorado? A good museum. I don't know that we're really known for museums. You know? we don't have good, we just have good national parks and just stunning scenery. The Great Sand Dunes National Park. The Great Sand Dunes National Park is so gorgeous. It's so kind of isolated, just big mountains. Here, let me just play a video. Seriously. Great Sand Dunes. Come on. I have to YouTube. Here we go. So I forget where I was, but I was on this big dune. I think I was with my friend Kathleen. Here's the video. I just show the scenery.
John Hickenlooper wants to weaken your right to
I support Hickenlooper.
defeat John.
I support anyone that's against Trump.
And commonly, that's high dune. Everybody hikes up there.
Wait. I want to start from the beginning. I just want to show you this.
Here we are.
Look how pretty.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's just mounds of sand.
we are on the top of a wonderful hill, or it's a massive dune. There's Kathleen resting. Look at these views.
It's so pretty. All right, so I just wanted to plug the Great Sand Dunes. Really, if you're in my area of southern Colorado, it's worth visiting. It really is worth visiting. So, all right, so Zach, I asked you, why am I your role model? And you said you have a hard time articulating yourself. That's okay. I understand that, actually. And then you said, it's because I got a great personality and I live the life you wish you could live. I live the life you wish you could. Well, okay. Well, yeah. No. So Zach, that's very nice of you to say. I just want to encourage you, you know. You said you live in Virginia. You know, everyone's life, everyone's personality, everyone's story and background is different. And, you know, but I do encourage you. I don't know that I have any special, like, I just live in the Western states where, like, this region I love. I just love the scenery. I love the open spaces, you know, and I just make the most of my free time. I make the most of my free time. I go hiking. I go driving. I've put 43,000 miles on my car in 18 and a half months. I had 43,000 miles in 19 months, whatever you want, you know, that's a lot of miles. And I don't care because I want to live my life to the fullest. And I can buy something. If my car dies, whatever. My car is not dying, but it is old and it's beat up. So let me just show you. I took a picture of my car, I got something to show you here. Where is it here? Here's my odometer yesterday. My car has 268,000 miles, 402. 402? Yeah. I've been driving. The engine light has been on for over a year. And then also the tire light was on. I got air in my tire. So how about that? Actually, all right. The engine light was only because it's ridiculous. It's just telling me that maybe my gas mileage might not be as optimal because of something inside my system. I still get great gas mileage, so I don't care. So, yeah, Zach, you know, I can't. It's hard for me to give you advice because I don't know you. I don't know your goals in life. I don't know your passions, but I do encourage you. You know, no one. I just encourage you to follow your dreams, to follow your passions, to take risks, and to have no regrets. You know, I did a lot of things that I made mistakes in life and I have regrets. But when it came to big picture things, when it came to just taking risks about, I want to live here. I want to do this activity. I've never done this before and it's time. I'm tired of not, I want to do this. 99% of the time, I was so glad I did, and sometimes there's pressure to say, no, don't do it. Be conservative. My dad was a good man. My dad, he's passed now, but he was very conservative. So I would think of some crazy idea. I'm going to go to Russia for the summer, which I did in 1999. Or there were a bunch of stuff. This is a bunch of stuff I did. I kayaked a river in New Jersey, the whole 90-mile length of a river. And sometimes my dad, in his personality, he would say, don't do that. That's dangerous. He was always kind of, and it's all right. I forgave my dad. But I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be conservative. I'm not going to be, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. When you leave your comfort zone and you go for something, at the very least, you won't have any regrets. You won't have any regrets. And most of the time that I've taken risks, I've been so fortunate and I've had no regrets. The biggest risk is not taking any risks. So, Zach, the last thing I'll just say to you, and I'm just talking in general, I don't know you, is no one, I've learned this too, like no one is going to live your life for you. No one, if you're not pursuing your dreams, if you're not pursuing your passions, it's really, really rare. I'll say no one. No one will tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, Zach, hey, you're not following your dreams. You have this passion deep down in your heart. You've always had it since you were a kid, since you were a teenager. And look at you. You're wasting it. You're wasting your time. In the real world, nobody does that. If you have somebody like that, then they really love you. No one's going to live your life for you. So you might as well go for it. You might as well go for it. So, hey, Wellsville. Hey, Wellsville, are you kidding me? Exploring, are you in Wellsville, Colorado? Hey, I have a not too shabby. We got to get back. We got to get back to Colorado topics here. I'm wearing my Walsenburg hoodie. I got my Colorado road map, my road atlas. Wellsville, exploring. Let me, I have a Wellsville not too shabby. Here we go. Here it is. Wait. Don't I have a Wellsville not too shabby? Hey, if you're really in Wellsville, you'll recognize this because this is just a couple miles down the road. Here.
It's Swissvale, Colorado. Not too shabby.
By the way, you want a tip? Everyone watching this, especially if you like vacationing in Colorado, Bighorn Sheep Canyon from Canyon City to Salida is such a pretty, it's so gorgeous. It's just this beautiful canyon where the Arkansas River runs through it. Wellsville, Howard, Coaldale, Cotopaxi, Texas Creek. If you're into fishing and what do you call the fishing? Fly fishing. If you're into fly fishing, I see people fly fishing there all the time, and they're in heaven. It's such a beautiful river, a beautiful canyon. Yeah. Hey, so exploring, do you live in Wellsville or are you just visiting? Do you have an RV? Because I see a few RVs in the summer in Wellsville. Yeah, G. Okay, so G, your dad was kind of a conservative guy. And maybe and as I've gotten older, I've understood why my dad was conservative in some ways. I understand that. Like part of it was his fear that I would get hurt or get killed. To that extent, I understand conservative thinking and being like, whoa, is this safe? So, but at the same time, outside of kind of those issues about safety or financial common sense, I'm sold out. I encourage everybody, go follow your dreams. Don't have any regrets. Live your life to the fullest. Listen to your heart. Pay attention to what you get passionate and excited about and go for it. And, so anyway. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, exploring. You're right. Texas Creek has a great what do you call it? OHV, the 4-wheeler quad trail system. Yeah. You're welcome, Zach. It's funny. All right, so now we got people in the chat talking. I'm having 3 conversations with Zach, Exploring, and G, respectively, and I'm getting all. Seriously though, Bighorn Sheep Canyon. Hey, listen, if you're interested, I have a whole. I have a playlist. I've got my Not Too Shabby playlist that everybody, most people know about, but then I've got like Colorado ones where, let's see here, I've got a playlist for 14ers and 13ers, but then I also have Bighorn Sheep Canyon. Bighorn Sheep, I've got a whole, like from pretty much the Royal Gorge to Salida, everything in between the Royal Gorge and Salida, So, and by the way, hey, Exploring, have you seen the Wellsville Arch? I think my video is the only one. When I made this video, there were no trespassing signs. That's all I have to say. Yes, G, yeah. G, you go through a canyon. G, listen to me. Go on my main page and look at my Bighorn Sheep Canyon playlist. And that's all videos between Canyon City and Salida. Highway 50, and it's squiggles. There's a lot of squiggles because you're in a canyon with a river and, exploring. You see the Wellsville Arch every day. It's funny. I did a little write-up about the Wellsville Arch on my website, Colorado Guy. If you type in on Google, Wellsville Arch, where is it, Colorado? My web page comes up, my write-up. And it was one of those dilemmas where I really was thinking, life is to be shared, and we're supposed to share. And, in general, I always want to share Colorado and say, look at this amazing place. You can go here as well. And this is one where I thought, I don't want many people going there. Because I know how stupid people are and graffiti. You know what really bothers me is when you have an arch like that, and you've got jackass mountain bikers like riding on top of it doing stunts, or these idiot rappellers where this one wouldn't be big enough to do a rappel jump, but just jackasses and idiots doing things that would either damage it or weaken the structure of the arch. So anyway, I'm sounding all mad now, but I at least had to do a video. And I think in my write-up, I just say, I'm not giving you directions. Good luck finding it. And that's all I got to say. So, yeah. No, it's all right, G. Don't worry about it. I'm not trying to sound too negative. There is the reality. Just the beauty about where I live in the mountains is there's not a lot of people, and just the reality is if you have like a major city near something, there's always that danger about vandalism, littering, graffiti, or just it gets too urbanized. And so Rainbow Falls. Speaking of Colorado towns, Manitou Springs has a beautiful waterfall called Rainbow Falls. And for a while, they finally closed it up because people would go there and do graffiti. Teenagers would go there and drink and get into trouble. And they closed it up, and I think they made it a state park or a county park. You can't get in there unless you pay. And that's actually a very good thing. Here, I'm going to show you a picture of it. Rainbow Falls. By the way, Manitou Springs. Go look it up. Manitou Springs. It's just west of Colorado Springs. It's a lovely town. It's very artsy, like a lot of old Victorian, old Western buildings. Like just a fun place to go. Fun town. me see if there's a good. Here's a good. There's a picture. Rainbow Falls. And here's a picture. My friend Jeff gave this to me. He gave me a picture of it, but that was the waterfall back in the I think around the late 1800s. The crazy thing is now, if you drive on Highway 24 out of Colorado Springs into Manitou, the highway goes almost like right over the river, right over the waterfall. So it's not as pretty. But before that, before Highway 24 came in, Rainbow Falls was a really pretty spot. So, hey, Southpaw. Hey, Southpaw. Southpaw. Hey, buddy. Hey, we're talking about Colorado towns. Southpaw, you lived for many years in Colorado. What's your favorite Colorado town? Also, I'm wearing this sweet Walsenburg hoodie, and I look good. This is one article of clothing where it makes me look good, and I can't deny it. All right, I know that sounds dumb. Taken out of context, I sound like I'm conceited. Southpaw, you like Buena Vista? Buena Vista, Central Colorado. I lived in Buena Vista for 8.5 years. Arguably one of the nicest, it's like one of the nicest all-around mountain towns. You've got access to the Arkansas River. You've got access to the mountains like you wouldn't believe. It's an hour drive to Monarch if you want to ski, snowboard. Really friendly people. It's laid back. Buena Vista and the views, the mountains are just unbelievable. You know? Gilman? Where's Gilman? Exploring. I got to look this up. Where's Gilman? Gilman. Wait. Gilm. Gilman. I've never been to Gilman. Let's see. Gilman. Oh, Gilman. You know what? Gilman. Oh, Gilman is on Highway 24, south of Minturn, north of Red Cliff, as if like that Tennessee Pass area, right? Let's see. My iPhone map is not very good. Gilman is where that old mining town used to be, that mining village, right? Very cool. Yeah. All right. So Minturn. Hold on. I'm thinking here. There's Leadville. Yes. Okay. Suggestion. You can't go wrong if you're anywhere in the mountains. Just go drive and just stay in the mountains. But if you're in Avon or Minturn, Colorado, go south. All right. And then go. That's a very scenic drive from Minturn to Leadville. You go over Tennessee Pass, go to Leadville, and then take Leadville north. Take Leadville over Fremont Pass into Breckenridge. Copper Mountain. My map is not very good here. Yeah, that's right. From Leadville, if you take it north on 91, you go over Fremont Pass, and then you come out at Copper Mountain, and then take I-70 west. I think you go through Vail. You go up over Vail Pass. That's like a little triangle. Some people will cycle that in a day. Call it the triple bypass, and it's just it's just crazy. But you can't go wrong if you do Minturn, Leadville, Copper Mountain. You just do a little circle. So many mountains. Hey, Charles, you live in Walsenburg, right? I bought this today at Serendipity Coffee Shop, Walsenburg, Colorado. I bought this hoodie. Isn't this a nice? I love this. I love this. I love this hoodie so much. I'm going to be wearing this a lot. So anyway, well, Zach, I've lived here for 23 years now. So seriously, if you look at Colorado, okay, here's Colorado. I-25, Interstate 25 goes north. This is Wyoming. It goes pretty much north-south. Everything west of I-25 is pretty amazing. Just stay west of I-25 and you'll be all right. All right? So just stay west of I-25. Salida, Buena Vista. Woodland Park is nice. Go to, like, drive up Pikes Peak. Go hike Pikes Peak. Gunnison, Eagle. You know, I don't know. Cortez in the southwest corner. Ha ha ha! Southpaw. I live at 8,000 feet in elevation, and my house is very cool right now. Plus, I got the fan going. So it's very cool, but I was worried about wearing a hoodie. And by the way, because I spend winters in Arizona, I don't have to wear hoodies that often anymore. Like, you don't have to wear hoodies in many days in Arizona, southern Arizona. You don't have to wear a hoodie. So, but once in a while, you put a hoodie on. So, Southpaw. Exploring. Do you drive up and over Mosquito Pass to Alma? Mosquito Pass is a nice one. That's a great 4-wheel drive route. And here, I've got Mosquito Pass. I'll tell you what I think of Mosquito Pass. You know what's coming. I'm telling you, I've been around. Here.
This is Mosquito Pass. Not too shabby.
Mosquito Pass, right there. There you go. Yeah, that's a great. You cannot go wrong when you're way up in the high country. You cannot go wrong. Mosquito Pass. Just drive up that, like, from Fairplay. Take that road that takes you up towards the base of Mount Sherman and go hike one of those crazy mountains. There's so much. Tate, what's your favorite Colorado town? Do you have a favorite town? Welcome to my live stream. So, Zach, you've been to Eagle? Eagle's an all right town, you know? And then Southpaw. You're obviously being sarcastic. Smelly Town is... I don't want to sound negative. I'm in a good mood. I don't want to be negative, but let's just put it this way. Smelly Town, we should just give Smelly Town to Nebraska and just say, here, you can have this horrible place, you know? I'm teasing you, Southpaw. Everyone, Southpaw in the chat section. He was my first roommate. Living in Colorado Springs on Round Top Drive in Colorado Springs. It was October 1997. And I rented a room and I was very young. I was immature. There was just a lot of lots of growing pains going on in my life. But Southpaw, luck be a lady. Southpaw, good times, man. Southpaw. Southpaw. So, by the way, I was inspiring, or I was trying to encourage Zach and a guy named G to move to Colorado. And I was telling them, me and you, we moved out. You grew up in Pennsylvania. I grew up in New Jersey. And we were renting a room. We each had our own room in Colorado Springs, and we followed our dreams. And you met your wife. You met your wife in Colorado, you know, and you had a lot of good years in Colorado. So, ha, ha, ha. That's right, Charles. Charles, I was in Serendipity. I was in Serendipity Coffee Shop in Walsenburg today, and I bought this. It was $22. and it fits just great. And it just looks good. And then at Serendipity, they sell socks. And here's one of their socks.
It's Eat More Taco Socks. Not too shabby.
So I made some not too shabbies inside Serendipity, the coffee shop. So anyway, exploring. What's your favorite Colorado town? Is it Wellsville? I'm curious what you, or you can rattle off a few. You know, when for me, the first towns that come to mind when I say favorite town, I'd say Buena Vista, Telluride, Ouray, Westcliff, because I live here. You know, I'd say Buena Vista. Ouray is number 2. Telluride is up there. Crested Butte is amazing. You know, I'm trying to think, what are my favorite towns? My favorite towns. I can't think. I mean, I got all these, I'm there's really dinky, really tiny towns, like Villa Grove, I'm cool with. Cotopaxi, I'm really cool with Cotopaxi. You know, there's some little towns where I'm like, I don't think I could live here. I think I would go crazy, but I'm cool with it. You know, Villa Grove, Gunnison, I'm cool with Gunnison. Oh, Gateway. Who's been to Gateway? Gateway, which is it's like an hour drive from Grand Junction. Gateway. That's a pretty neat town, you know? So, anyway. There's so many. Oh, you guys. Estes Park. Yeah, Estes Park. Estes Park is exquisite. At Estes Park, I am giving it the adjective of exquisite. Scenery, friendly vibes, access to countless opportunities to hike. You know, you got Rocky Mountain National Park right there. Estes Park, man. The only thing about Estes Park is if you go down the hill and you want it, you're too close to all those cities, Longmont, Loveland, Denver. You're too close. There's too many people in that northern Front Range, Fort Collins. There's way too many people. So Estes Park, if you know, I'm very anti-city. The Estes Park, though. Don't get me wrong, though. Dude, if you want to live in Estes Park, if any of you want to live in Estes Park for the rest of your life, however you do it, you've got my blessing. You know? So, all right, exploring. So you said Creede. Creede's your number 1 town. Then number 2 is Lake City. You know, those are nice towns. I got to tell you, man, they are isolated. Creede is isolated. And then, actually, I will say this. I've been to Creede a couple times in my life. Then last summer, there was one day where I remember every weekend, I would take a day and I'd say, I will drive somewhere I've never been to before. I don't care where. I have to. And I remember I went to Chama, New Mexico, and a few other places. And then I also went to Lake City. I hit Creede, and then I kept going. And I went to that waterfall, that stunning waterfall. Let me find. What's the name of that waterfall between Creede and Lake City? If I can find it, I'll play it here. And then Lake City, I remember just thinking, wow, this is isolated. Man. Because then from Lake City, it's a long hour drive just to get to Blue Mesa Reservoir. So you're an hour south of Gunnison. Like Gunnison is already isolated as it is, where it's like, man, you better not like people because you're going to be lonely. Who are here? North Creek Falls. Anyway, I'm not trying to knock Lake City. If you're from there, if anybody's from Lake City, like go there, go. If that's your passion, go. All right. Here, and then also there's North Creek. I found it. North Clear Creek Falls. I did a little video of it. Here's the video. Let's see here. Got a commercial. Wait.
There it is, North Clear Creek Falls.
It's so pretty.
So pretty. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Scenery above the waterfall. It's a calm little creek.
It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Just lovely. Amazing.
It's pretty. So remember, just stay west of I-25 at all times and you'll be okay. All right? The more west of I-25 you can get, the better. It's a stunning. Colorado doesn't have a lot of waterfalls. We've got some, because we're a dry state. When I was in Oregon, they have mountains and a lot of water. There's just waterfalls all over. It was every day I was finding a waterfall, and a little 1 mile hike to a waterfall or right off the road waterfall almost every day. It was unbelievable, So Zach, you applied for a job in Golden. Zach, I'm telling you, man. You said you're in Tennessee. No, you said you're in Virginia. I can only speak for myself. I came out west at age 20. I just turned 26. September, October, 1997. Just turned 26. And I'm telling you, man, one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life was moving west. I didn't even have a job. I had some money in the bank. I had a good running car. I didn't own a lot of stuff, but I packed everything into my Honda CRX. Remember those little two-seater? I miss that CRX. And I drove west. And I ended up on a friend's couch in Colorado Springs. Kevin and Trisha Mesmer. They had an apartment. They were newlyweds. And they're still married. They're, 23 years later almost. And I slept on their couch for about, I think, a week, 5 or 6, 7 days. And then that's where I found the room rental with, I was living with Southpaw, me and Southpaw. Yeah, we both had our own room rentals. The red 1991 Honda CRX. That was my first car I ever owned under my name. 1991 Honda CRX, Colorado guy. I could just put Steve Garuffi. I'm going to Google my car. Come on. Just Google. I'm just going to Google Steve Garuffi because I know my web page. This is going to. Oh my gosh. The pictures I have of my Honda CRX are when it was old. This was the day that I sold my Honda CRX because the timing belt broke. That was my Honda CRX. 2005. The timing belt broke and the car was dead. Wait, this is sad. The pictures I have of my Honda CRX are when it was all old and beat up. That's really here. I got a picture of my CRX when I was going up. I was going up here. Come on. I was going up Mount Princeton Road and the muffler broke off. That was my CRX. It was 12 years old. I should have taken better care of the car. I should have taken better care of the car. I was young. I mean, it was an everyday driver. But here's a yellow version of the Honda CRX. I had a dark red. Oh, there's a white one. So many. Oh, wait. All right, one more picture. Here's a picture of me with my car. Oh my gosh. People, I was talking about how I drove across the country and I fell in love with the Western states. That was September 1994. September 1994. That's me when I was 23 and my car was only 3 years old. It's 2.5 years old. It was shiny. It was red. I had short hair. I stayed with my mom's cousin in Johnson City, Tennessee. Johnson City, Tennessee. There I was. The very beginning of my cross-country trip. I started in New Jersey. I was headed west. But first I kind of went down to the southeast, and I stayed in Johnson City, Tennessee. Thank you, Sam the King. I do have a cool last name. It has an Italian background. Yeah. Zach, what do you do in Virginia? What do you do in Virginia? What's your line of work? Exploring. Yes, I live in Westcliff, Colorado. You seem to know a lot about, you know where Westcliff is. If you're traveling from Walsenburg to Salida, which is a common route, all the Texans are in all the Texans and Oklahomans, they come up and they hit Trinidad, right here. Then they go up to Walsenburg. Where's Walsenburg? Right there. And then a lot of people, if they're headed west into this whole mountain region, at Walsenburg, they'll work their way on 69 through Westcliff, and they'll hit Bighorn, Sheep Canyon, Cotopaxi, Salida, and then they're in the mountains. So the highway doesn't get a lot of traffic, but it's really common to see Texas, Oklahoma plates a lot on Highway 69 between Walsenburg and Westcliff. And so Walsenburg, Walsenburg right there. Yeah, man. Hey, Tony. Tony, what's your favorite Colorado town? Let's go. And to everyone watching, what's your favorite Colorado town? Or do you have a question? Do you have a question for me? Go ahead and ask it. Boulder. Boulder is a nice town. Boulder's like its own city, you know? So, hey, Derek. Derek, how are you? Have you ever been to Colorado? Come visit Colorado. If you come to Westcliff, I'll let you borrow my road atlas. This really gives a lot of, it really shows you the mountains and the topography. And you really understand why roads have these weird squiggles and, because there's massive mountains. So where's the Cloverdale mine? I think I've heard of that, but kind of curious. San Luis. Charles, yes, San Luis. Yeah, San Luis, Colorado. That's way, way at the bottom. San Luis, where is it here? Somewhere down. Where is it? There it is. It's kind of south central. You're only, I think, about 10 miles. Actually, I wasn't there too long ago. I was there not too long ago. San Luis. I don't know that I got any videos. Oh, I'll show you something. I was down south of San Luis. I was only a few miles away from the New Mexico border. I got a tip about the Lobatos Bridge. The Lobatos Bridge. it's just in the desert. There's just nothing out there except just a few buttes, mountains in the distance. It is the southernmost bridge that goes across the Rio Grande before the Rio Grande flows into New Mexico. It's a really pretty spot. So I'm going to play just 20 seconds of it. These darn commercials. I make like 5 cents every time this commercial plays or whatever it is. So
I am on a bridge. And it's a really neat bridge.
it's pretty. Look at that.
That's the Rio Grande down there.
That is so pretty.
This bridge, I'll show you, it's all desert out here. This bridge is the southernmost crossing of the Rio Grande in Colorado.
Isn't that pretty? So many, seriously. All I will say is this. If you're really into scenery, you're into being outdoors, photography, being outside. If you live in Colorado, you have no excuse. If you're at least west of I-25, you have no excuse because there's something to be, there's always somewhere to go that's not that far from where you live. Eastern Colorado is Kansas or Western Kansas. It's just plains. Okay, I'm not even knocking it, all right? If you live there, if you like it there, but it's plains. And then the cities, Denver, Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, you're kind of at the base of the mountains and there's too many people here. But everything west is just like, you're just in paradise. That's just the way it is. So, Sam the King, I've never been to Italy. My grandparents and great-grandparents were immigrants way back, 100 years ago. So, never been to Italy. I need to get to Europe. So, yeah, Zach, I just wish you the best, man. I hope, to the extent that if you ever wanted to move somewhere and move out west, I would hope that you could find a job and, so yeah. Okay, exploring. You said the Cloverdale mine is on Lake Creek Road out of Hillsdale. That's kind of interesting. Lake Creek Road. Which one's Lake Creek Road? Where's Lake Creek Road? I'm just kind of curious if you can tell me. Oh, Derek. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not reading everybody's. I'm not. The chat's kind of going quicker, and I'm missing. Derek, I have a not too shabby with your parents. Here it is. Let's see. Ha! Derek, I have your parents in a not too shabby. Frank and Debbie. What? I remember I met them, and they were nice. We were talking in this coffee shop, the Frank Sumatra Coffee House. And anyway, here's the not too shabby of them. This was last fall.
It's Frank and Debbie, tourists from Rhode Island. Not too shabby!
Derek, yeah. Derek. Every once in a while, it doesn't happen too often, but once in a while, I'll have a stranger come up to me and just say, "Hey, not too shabby. That's so cool. I remember them. They were so nice to me, and we were talking, and I was telling them about Westcliff. I think they were thinking about moving out here. Is that what they were thinking about, moving out here? And I was just telling them the pros and the cons, that kind of thing. So good times, man. That's so amazing. We got 9 people in chat right now. This is awesome. Okay, they bought land. They bought land out here. By the way, you should show them this video because if they bought land out here, there's something they need to know about Custer County. And I show here. You need to show them this video.
Custer County is zoned. Not too shabby.
So make sure they know Custer County is zoned and permits are required. Right here.
Custer County is zoned. Not too shabby.
Good times, man. Hey, Sean. All right. Exploring Road 198. All right. I got to look that up because I want to know where this Cloverdale. I'm going to jot that down. Road 198 Hillside. I'm going to go look. I'm not too into mines, but you never know. Sometimes these mines are in really pretty areas. So, Derek, take care of yourself, buddy. Take care of yourself. Thank you for coming by. I'm sorry I didn't respond right away. If anyone feels ignored, I apologize. It happens sometimes because I'm talking and I'm trying to read the chat and I get scatterbrained. But yeah, I got to get to Rhode Island. I need to travel more. This pandemic has screwed everything up. I do travel within reason, but anyway. So I remember, anyway, I've had a few people come up to me and here, I want to just show you. I think one of the most memorable was I was in Trinidad, Colorado. This was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. And where is it here? I was doing a video. Where is it here? Where is it? Here's a not too shabby blooper. I'll just show you the not too shabby blooper.
It's pink and purple flowers. Not too shabby.
There you go. So, just a little blooper. Yeah. Well, I want to show there's a video of a woman. I like these behind the scenes, not too shabbies. Like, there were a couple of kids, my friends' kids, and they were watching my not too shabbies for the first time. Behind the scenes.
It's an Oro wheat delivery truck.
Not too shabby.
That's right, not too shabby. Good kids. Ooh, another one.
It's Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Not too shabby.
Oh, yeah.
Driving with Mexican music playing.
Not too shabby.
That's right. Isn't that great, man? Isn't that great? Oh my gosh. Oh, we got oh gosh. All right, we got 11 people watching, and I feel so honored. And I gotta go about 10 minutes. I gotta go in about 10 minutes. So let's do a rapid fire. Other Colorado towns. I got this. I shouldn't be so. What are other Colorado towns that we should discuss? Should we just discuss Salida? What about Evergreen? What about Pueblo? Does anybody like Pueblo? Looks like we got. I just booted somebody from the chat section. Somebody was being annoying. I have good boundaries with I'll boot people in a snap if they bother me. I don't care whatever, you know. So yeah, I think we have talked about every town. Zach, listen to me seriously. You know, I don't know how much you want to move out west. I don't know if that's a deep desire. I just encourage you, man. Sometimes you got to be a little crazy when it comes to making your dreams happen. If there's something you really want in your life, especially, I mean, like with related to living somewhere, sometimes you just got to, you got to go for it. I moved to Colorado. I didn't have a job. I'm actually kind of glad I was young because I can see how naive I was. I was struggling with my career and what to do. And it's a long story, but when I first moved to Colorado, I didn't really have a career. I was bumbling around job to job. I had a bachelor's in political science. I didn't know what I was doing. And let me get the Walsenburg part. So now you can see the Walsenburg. Anyway, it wasn't until a couple of years, a year and a half into my Colorado time that I realized, I really want to be a therapist. And that's when I went to graduate school. I was 27 or 20, 27 and 9 months is when I started to go to graduate school. So that was 21 years ago. So, so anyway, my whole point is go for it. Sometimes you just have to go for it. Whatever you want to do with your life. And that includes doing things like writing a book. Look, this is my book. I am promoting it. Under a Triumphant Sky, a Bike Across America story. It's a memoir about my first Bike Across America trip, which happened in 2008. I tell the story of facing all my fears, how I rode from California to Georgia, and how the couple times I wanted to quit, and all the things I had to overcome. My bike was stolen. My bike was stolen in Phoenix, Arizona. There's a whole chapter about that, and it's crazy. And this was one of my dreams to become an author. It was one of my dreams to bike across America, and then also to become an author. And sometimes, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but sometimes you got to have a little gumption in life and just be like, I'm going to go for it. And I remember that little voice that says, who are you to write a book? Who are you? Almost like writing a book is for people that are really smart or Harvard graduates, somebody with a journalism background, or they worked for a newspaper, as a journalist. It's for really important people. But who are you to write a book? And I had to get some gumption, you got to get this strength that says, no, I really want to write a book. I'm going to write a book. Why is writing a book appropriate for those people, but not for me? You know what I mean? And it wasn't until after my upper 30s that I got the courage to really say, I'm going to work on this book. So anyway, it's just a little, I'm getting a little, I'm lecturing, but it's just for me, it means a lot about writing a book, that whole issue of dreams, following your passions, daring to believe that you can be great and you can do great things. Daring to believe. So, Zach, you can buy it on Amazon. Just type in Bike Across America on Amazon. And my bright red cover is usually on the first page. It might be the second page. But you can buy it on Amazon in print format or Kindle format. Go read the description. Read the reviews, the good ones, the bad ones. There are a couple of religious parts. I promise not to be... I hope I'm not too annoying or whatever. I don't proselytize, But I just had to be real about my story. And anyway, here's my I'll share my link. I just shared the link in the Amazon link in the chat section. So go check out my book. Go check out my book. And by the way, for the Not Too Shabby fans, I use the word shabby once in the book to describe something that was shabby. It was a little bit before the Not Too Shabby era. So, hey, Babylonian. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. What do I think about southeastern Colorado? It's definitely plains, but there's beauty. There's beauty. There's beautiful ranches. It feels very old Western. There's a lot of cholla cactus. The chollas. It has a very romantic cowboy country feel. There's some small mountains and plateaus. Trinidad is kind of like it's not a big city, but it's sort of the heart of that southeast. You know, there's Fisher's Peak. And if you go out towards La Junta, actually La Junta is kind of lame. La Junta, Lamar, they're just boring farm towns. You know, you might as well just give it to West Kansas, but there's still some beauty. There's still some beauty. There's beauty out there. And yeah, Babylonian, go buy some land out there in southeast Colorado. It depends where. I mean, southeast Colorado, it's a big area. It really depends where. I know land is cheap outside of Walsenburg. Outside of Walsenburg, land's really cheap, especially east of Walsenburg, because it's plains out there. It's just flat plains. So, you know, yeah. And there's land that's really cheap outside of Crestone, the San Luis Valley, really cheap. Moffett, Hooper. San Luis Valley is dirt cheap. Good luck getting water. You might have to pay for a well. Good luck getting water. That might be tough. Lonely country. You know. Yeah. Sam the King, you're right. Yeah. So water, there's not a lot of water at all. Good luck with the water. So, all right, guys, I feel terrible. Pretty soon I'm going to wrap up. All right. And also my live stream yesterday, this laptop here, it crashed on me and it screwed up the live stream after 28 minutes. I don't want that to happen again. I'm really nervous. So I want to quit while I'm ahead. I got to finish. I'm so sad. There's 11 people watching, 10 people watching. I mean, we've been at 9 to 11 for the last 15 minutes. Let me just be clear. My YouTube channel, I want to just talk a little bit about that. I do this for fun. I love sharing my life. My crazy, funny personality, the not too shabby stuff. I have to do that. And I'm so glad I've done the not too shabby videos, and I'll do them for hopefully as long as I'm alive, because it gets people. That's the hook, the not too shabby. If I didn't have the not too shabby videos, I wouldn't have that many subscribers or viewers. I know that, all right? But then it's like, yeah, I want to encourage people like you, Zach, to come to Colorado to make some scenery videos. Look at this hike. Look, I'm on the top of a mountain. Look at this scenery. Isn't this amazing? And then I do these live streams and we have fun and we just talk. And I'm not a celebrity, but I try to be funny. I try to be a friend. I try to be a friend. All right. You know, I love YouTube. And before YouTube, I had my own website. The website's still up. And you'll see my website is coloradoguy.com. It doesn't get as much traffic anymore. Way back in 2005, 2008, my coloradoguy.com was getting loads of traffic. And you'll see it's kind of an expression of who I am. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking about myself, but I just want to be clear. This YouTube channel, I'm here to be your friend. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to try to be funny, try to make people laugh. And I laugh too. This is serious business. Anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just know this. I've got your back. I've got your back. And especially for you young people. If you're in your 20s, I just remember my 20s and struggles I had and just some of the hopes and dreams and how I didn't believe in myself and the insecurities I had. And my heart is I want to encourage you. I want to mentor you. If there's anything I can do, especially if it's related to living out here in Colorado, moving here, or I don't know. Some of you need to become therapists like me, a mental health therapist, So Southpaw, take care of yourself. Yeah, you eat a carrot. Southpaw. All right. Oh, you guys, man. All right. Southpaw, thanks for coming by. I always, by the way, you know what I do with Southpaw in the chat area? The only time I don't call him, all I do is I just text him every time I have a live stream. So it says, Josh, I'm doing a live stream right now. Join us. Each time. That's all I do. I don't even talk to him. I don't call him. I don't ask him how he's doing. All right, I'm going to close with one not too shabby. Let's close with the Walsenburg hoodie. Here's the not too shabby I did. All right, I gotta finish. Walsenburg, Colorado. It's my hoodie. I bought it this morning, and here it is in the shop.
It's a Walsenburg, Colorado hoodie. Not too shabby.
Oh yeah, not too shabby. Take care, everyone. It's time. I gotta go. It's getting warm wearing this hoodie too, because it is early September. So take care. Remember, I got your back. Thank you.